this week's best MMA bets. We're talking UFC 287. I'm going to give you guys my most confident picks, my favorite underdogs, the lock of the week. We'll talk prop/value bets, and then we'll finish it out with the parlays. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. Really exciting card, rivalry main event between Adesanya and Pereira. Really the fourth time they're getting into a fight with one another. Cannot wait for it. I'll be live for the entire thing, so tune into that fight companion. And let's start it off with the most confident pick section. First one that we're going to bring up is going to be the side of Gilbert Burns over Jorge Masvidal. I'm confident that Gilbert's winning this fight. Masvidal talked about losing this fight, it's career over. I don't love that. He's also 38. Stylistically, I think Gilbert Burns is a nightmare matchup. I feel like Gilbert Burns right now is at his best, and he has a clear advantage over Masvidal. Grappling, and in my opinion, I think he's the stronger and more powerful guy of the two. Granted, Masvidal does have some power in his hands. Obviously, he has a ton of knockouts throughout his career. But against the Gilbert Burns, I have a hard time seeing that kill shot land. I think the style of striking for Burns will be able to be competitive with the Masvidal. And then when you get into the grappling entanglements, I think that Burns has a clear edge. I could see Masvidal defending a bit of takedowns, but eventually I do see him on the floor if Burns decides to try and take him there. Sub is live too. The odds, -425 for Gilbert Burns as a strong favorite. Sub +250. I like the money line. I definitely see it as a potential parlay piece. Yes, definitely on the wider side. Submission is there at +250. Note that Masvidal is notoriously very hard to submit, but I do feel like there's a good chance Burns get the finish. It's +250, so it's big plus money. Money line, obviously that's where the confidence lies, the highest. But sub could happen. That is the first of the most confident picks. Let's jump to the next one. It's Shailan Nordenbeke. I think that he's going to beat Steve Garcia. Probably a clean decision. I can see him taking Steve Garcia down. I also think in the striking, he could land some decent over-the-top shots. I see him as the stronger guy, though, so could always pull the wrestling card and get the fight to the mat and control there. Steve Garcia is a tough brawler, but I see him losing this fight. So -180 for Nordenbeke, I actually think is a pretty solid tag. Decision is +340. Over 1.5. -150. I feel like the over 1.5 is a decent play. I just have a good feeling this fight's going a little bit longer. I could see Steve Garcia getting caught with a big shot, but if you look at his run, I mean, it's not like he's a chinny fighter. I know he got knocked out recently by Mahashate, but different stylistic matchup. I think Garcia in this fight here could end up going the full 3, but the most confidence is on that money line. I like Nordenbeke to win. I feel pretty damn good about him getting a victory in this fight over Steve Garcia. So -180 money line side, I think, is the A side in this one. And you'll see the Nordenbeke name again as we move up to the parlays. Next one, it is Kevin Holland over Santiago Ponzinibbio. I really do believe Kevin Holland's going to win this fight. I feel like the prop betting side doesn't interest me a ton. Money line is better. -235, so it's not the greatest tag, but I still am very confident Holland wins. I see him as a parlay piece. I have him in the long shot parlay. I'm looking through the props here. Over 1.5, -195. But I feel like I'm not crazy about prop betting this fight. I could see two methods of victory, really. Kevin Holland by decision, or I could potentially see him getting a KO. Now, Holland kind of known club and sub. You know, he's kind of got some nice club and sub. So I guess at +800, the club and sub should shoot for the Hail Mary. If I'm going to prop this thing up, I'm going to the Hail Mary side as opposed to trying to play a decision or a knockout. At +800, near that range, I would rather shoot the chance of a club and sub. So the submission prop is where I would consider attacking if I was you guys. Kevin Holland, though, to win at around -235, that's a fair tag. And I do think he's going to get it done over the older Ponzinibbio, and it's a Ponzinibbio who, against Alex Morono, struggled from outside, and now Kevin Holland with a big range advantage. had successful moments against the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Yeah, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm liking the Hail Mary sub, and I do like moneyline Kevin Holland. Let's keep on talking about these most confident picks. I'll throw one more at you. It's a ladies fight here. Lupita Godinez at minus 275 to win over Cynthia Calvillo. I like Lupi's chances. I do feel as though decision is probably what we're going to see. Minus 110. I don't really want to play a prop at minus 110. Doesn't interest me very much. Over 2.5, minus 300. I don't think that is a terrible play either. Godinez and the over. So if Calvillo is to win, how does she probably do it? If she pulled off the upset and you're on the pick side of Godinez, but you didn't want to play either fighter, I mean, you went over 2.5, you'll still be hitting it because Calvillo would more likely win a decision. I see this fight probably going distance. So over 2.5, minus 300, definitely something I'll be looking at for parlays at the end. But I like Godinez too, money line. I'm going to add in the honorable mention from the most confident pick section because we rock with the 4 most confident picks. I do feel like Ignacio Bahamondes, he's minus 330 as a favorite, but I think he's got a real chance to beat Trey Ogden. Unfortunately, it's a very wide tag. It is not my favorite prop side either. If you look at, oh shit, do I got a valuable prop I could touch there? Plus 200 for the KO, but Ogden has never been knocked out before. If you go, maybe you're trying to like shoot a Hail Mary in the dark and you threw down on Bahamondes KO 3 plus 1300, but I'm not advising anybody do that. I'm just mentioning Ignacio is a confident pick. That's an honorable mention. I do want to jump to the next segment. I want to talk about my favorite underdogs for the card. We're going to bring 2 up on the screen. It's Alex Pereira, who's defending the title in the main event. And on the other side, I feel as though Gerald Meerschaert is always a super live underdog. He's great plus money too. Meerschaert sitting at around plus 167. Pereira sitting around plus 115. I don't know. Meerschaert to win by sub is kind of what I'm feeling with Pyfer. I know Pyfer looked good in a grappling match with Eric Yanez. I know he's a real prospect on the come up. I'm just not sold yet, and I see big plus money on Meerschaert, a guy who I think stylistically could match up well, especially in the grappling. I think submission's very live. Meerschaert has great comeback ability, and we don't know enough about Pyfer's game yet. We haven't seen him, in high-level UFC fights. This is the hardest fight of Joe Pyfer's life. I would say on the other side, no for Gerald Meerschaert. I mean, he's been in there with some killers. Bruno Silva win recently. He's been in there with the likes of a Christoph Jocko. Plenty of names. Hamzat Chimaev. Meerschaert fought Thiago Santos. There's so many names I'm not even saying. Meerschaert has been with the best of the best. So I'm going to say Meerschaert plus 375 by submission, around plus 165 for the money line. I'm on the Meerschaert plus money side. I played this bet already. I'm throwing down on Meerschaert. I feel like he's a very live dog. In the values there, we don't know enough about Joe Pyfer. So I'm going Meerschaert underdog. He's, the underdog king. So I think he's going to get a win as a dog. And then on the side of Alex Pereira, you got to look at Adesanya and say, damn, you've lost 3 times to the same man across 2 combat sports. And now they face off again. Pereira, he really exudes crazy confidence. It's calm, cool, collected confidence. I was watching some of the media day. You look at Israel Adesanya, he has to dig from a very special place to win. He's never been able to get this guy. How is he going to get him now a 4th time? Well, he mentioned putting the pedal to the metal. I don't know if he's bluffing or not on saying that he'll put the pedal to the metal with Alex Pereira and really try to get the KO. But ultimately, I think that leads to a fight going under 4.5 rounds at minus 130. I like that play. Pereira plus 115. Also the Pereira by knockout side at plus 185. I'm on Alex Pereira. Underdog, I do think knockout is very live. I really like under 4.5 as well. I do think Israel Adesanya, the only way he wins is probably, people say, oh, but it could go distance. But can he avoid this man for 5 rounds again? I feel like he needs to put him out. I think if he has Pereira hurt, he needs to go for the kill. I don't know if he wants to be sitting, tapping, and plotting and waiting for Pereira to land the one shot and end the whole thing, because that's what Pereira can do. He can kill you with one strike. He's blessed with that. But Adesanya does have crazy power too. It's very precise power. It's not the same type of power, even though I wouldn't say that Pereira is not precise. He definitely is, but a different type of punching power. I'm going to say Pereira to win plus 115, KO plus 185, but I also do like that under 4.5, especially for some of the folks that might be, undecided as far as picking what's going to happen in the main event. Let's jump to the next segment and let's talk about the lock of the week. Jacqueline Amorim to beat Sam Hughes is going to be my lock this week. At minus 230, I see her winning. She's run through the lower level competition. I think she has tremendous jiu-jitsu skills. I think she's better than Sam Hughes. And I really think in a couple of years, I could see Amorim towards the top of the division. I'm not going to say tippy top, but like a top 10. I think she's got the capabilities with the grappling. The way she dominates competition on the lower level, to me, is a good telltale sign. Sam Hughes, never an overly impressive fighter. Not super dangerous off the ground. So plus 155, Amorim by sub. It's not like Sam Hughes is easy to tap, but I do think Amorim could be the girl to do it. I like money line, though. Minus 230, it's a bit wide, and people say, bro, you're crazy. You're playing a fucking chick fight, lock of the week, and it's the first fight of the night. Damn right I am, man. Call me crazy, but at minus 230, I do think she's going to win. As soon as I saw some tape on Amorim, I said, damn, she's good. She's got something special, and she's going to beat Sam Hughes. To me, very winnable bet. Amorim to win. I like the money line. I attacked the money line already. And if you're interested in it, consider it. Let's keep running up, though. We got more. That was the lock, and I think that's a fucking A1 lock. I'm looking to bounce back from Chidi Bang Bang, who let me down. Let's jump towards the prop/value bet section. I got a little something for you guys. Let me bring it up on the screen right here. All right. So, prop side, value side. Let's first bring up a prop that is a little bit far-fetched, but the plus money is fucking nice on it, so I might as well mention it. Now, Carl Williams at minus 375, I would say, aside from the honorable mention I already said for the most confident picks, he was like next up. I am confident Carl Williams also wins against Chase Sherman. There was a lot of confident picks, but with the most confident pick section, I like to drop 4 of them, throw an honorable mention. Williams would have been in the slate, though. If there was unlimited, he would have been in the lineup. Plus 600, win by submission, which, you know what? He's not a submission ace. It's more because Chase Sherman is mediocre on the floor. Plus 600 there, Williams by sub. He's got good wrestling, solid 1-2. I see him winning. The money line is wide. It's near minus 400 everywhere. So if you are going to play it, it's probably going to be a heavy hit or you got to parlay it. And then I'm going to give you something. If you're going heavy on it, I think you got to really sit back and think, damn, Carl Williams, could he gas in round 3 and get TKO'd? Yes. I'm not telling you got to hedge it, but if an idea comes to you, plus 800, Sherman by TKO, maybe if you guys are going fucking bananas on it, you want a little bit of insurance on the other side, because I could see in, a 1 in 10 type of fucking chance a Chase Sherman attacking him with hard shots and landing late against a tired Carl Williams who we maybe misread and overrated him. Now, I do think Carl Williams is pretty good, and I'm confident that he does win this fight. That's like a very small percentage chance that I just want to mention because it's as wide of a tag as it is. I'm trying to give you, a second side to think about. But Carl Williams sub, it's a big Hail Mary, plus 600. If you're on the other side, I guess Chase Sherman knockout is probably your prop, and at plus 800, that's pretty crazy. Let's talk about the next one, which I think this one here is going to be a controversial hitter. I'm clicking on Gastelum versus Curtis. It's Gastelum for me. No fucking way. You're on KG. He's going to lose. Listen, he's younger than Chris Curtis. He's now working with Henry Cejudo. He's been out for a while, yes. But when Kelvin Gastelum is on his fucking game, he is one of the best middleweights to walk the planet. I think Kelvin Gastelum beats Chris Curtis. I like Kelvin Gastelum minus 135-ish range, minus 120-ish range. Chris Curtis is the plus 115 dog, but it's essentially a pick'em's fight. I think Kelvin Gastelum wins. I also think it probably goes longer here, over 2.5 at around minus 215. I think is a solid play as well. I think Gastelum wins. I don't know. I think Chris Curtis hits really hard, but Kelvin Gastelum's chin is proven against everybody. I don't think Chris Curtis is the guy to put his lights out at 35. I think there would maybe be more of a chance of Gastelum putting it on Curtis and having a fucking breakout performance. But Gastelum, not a great finisher as of late. And his last win was an Ian Heinisch decision that was rather underwhelming. I see a decision win more likely here for Gastelum. Money line, the Gastelum side, or the over 2.5 is the side that I'm thinking about here. That is the props/value bet section. I hope you guys like that one. I think they're good. I mean, granted, there's other fights. I know some people might be feeling, Rob Font is a dog. I'm picking Yanez in that fight. Didn't include him in the section. Raul Rosas over here. I know a lot of people like him as a young prospect. And I guess I will bring up the sub line, but I'm not crazy about it because Rosas to win by submission here. Yeah, it's only plus 175, which is why I wasn't going to bring it up at all. Fun-ass card, though. And I want to jump to the fame section, the fan favorite section, the parlays. Let's talk about them. And I already got one up on screen for you guys. I had to just throw this one out there immediately. Burns, Holland, and then we have an over 2.5 in the Calvillo-Godinez fight, and we have an over 2.5 in the Gastelum-Curtis fight. Nordin-Beke at minus 180. I feel like Amarim at minus 252. I mean, at plus 630. I played this early in the week. This was immediately following when I did my picks on Sunday is when I attacked this one. So this is like the first instinct parlay looking for some value. Around plus 600 is pretty good. Now, I do want to clean the slate off and come up with a little something else. Now, that I would say is like my favorite of a long shot hitter, but it's not like too out of the question. I feel confident for Gilbert Burns' victory. I do. I feel like there's a good chance that he pulls it off. The likes of Ignacio Bahamondes and a Lupita Godinez, I think there's a good chance they both win. Amarim, lock of the week. I'll add her to the slate as well. Looking forward to more. Okay, do I want to throw value line? Go KG plus 459. I don't like it as much at all, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I feel like the first parlay was such a fucking dynamite hit that this one just doesn't hit the same. Like, I'm not even feeling any fucking dopamine drop from this one. And for some reason, we got fucking best fight odds hiding the Pereira fight with Adesanya. I have no idea where it is. Where the fuck is it at? Alex Pereira, Adesanya, all the way over here. Great. And under 4.5 in this fight. If you get plus money, that could be big. So this one could be pretty. This could be pretty heat right here. This could be pretty heat. We got plus 1,000 for Burns, Bahamondes, Godinez, Amarim, Gastelum, and over 4.5 with Adesanya and Pereira. You know, it's ballsy, but I think it definitely could cash. Plus 510 if you took the Gastelum side out. Those are some confident picks right there. I like the parlays that we listed. I don't know. I'll go a little bit crazy, but like, I feel like I like smart, crazy parlays lately, not just fucking delusional parlays. But I'm going to throw a little delusion out there. Just for the heat, you know, just for the hype. Fuck it. Let's go for it. Delusion. Gilbert Burns, Bahamondes, Lupita Godinez, Jacqueline Amarim, over 4.5. I meant to do under 4.5 in the fucking Adesanya fight. Damn, what the fuck? I clicked the wrong tag, man. But ultimately, the lines are not too fucked. There we go. We got to fucking deal with best fight odds, and that's just me being stupid, though. No excuse. All right. Under 4.5 is what I was looking for. Still good plus, but like plus 4,000-ish for this one. Guys, be cautious and confident with your parlays, but play them intelligently. If you want to go crazy with the wide lines and throw a ton down, I like the first one that I listed off. That's the one I feel best about, to be honest. Everything else I'm not feeling as good about. So just something to note. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Best MMA Bets. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn those post notifications on. Definitely drop your lock of the week in the comments. I'm curious what you guys are thinking. I appreciate you all tuning in. Content dropping all week, so stay tuned for it. Make sure you got those post notifications turned on. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.